journalist and a board member with Tropicalfete, a New York City-based not-for-profit organization founded in 1999 by our president, Alton Amable, with a mission of educating the community on Caribbean culture. On behalf of Tropicalfete, I would like to welcome you to tonight's conversation with Jamaican singer Romain Virgo. I am sure many of you are familiar with Romain, but for those who are not, here's a brief introduction. Romain Virgo was born in Stepney, St. Anne, Jamaica, but the entire island became aware of his outstanding vocal talent when he made history as the youngest person to win Digicel's Rising Star Talent Competition in 2007 at just 17 years old. Romain clinched the contest with his rollicking interpretation of Stevie Wonder's Sir Duke, which earned rave reviews from the judges and a standing ovation from the studio audience. He also won the hearts of Jamaican TV viewers with his good-natured humility and robust vocals, which evoked the essence of revered soul stars Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, and Marvin Gaye. Among the prizes bestowed upon the Rising Stars champion was $1 million Jamaican dollars. Romain, you're going to have to break that down for me, what that money is in US, so we have a better idea of it. But $1 million Jamaican dollars and a recording contract with Richard Shams Brown and Tony Rebel. Rebel referred Romain to veteran producer Donovan Germain, the founder of Penthouse Records, whose label and recording studio provided a successful launching pad for many young artists throughout the 80s and the mid-90s, including Rebel himself, Wayne Wonder, Cuddy Ranks, Sanchez, and Buju Banton, recognizing the vast potential in Romain's talent. Germain encouraged him to write his own songs, and Romain took that advice and has since recorded several reggae hits. Some of his earliest ones include Want to Go Home, Me Can't Sleep, Taking You Home, Love Sick, more recent Star Across the Sky, Best of Me, Fade Away with Agent Sasco, Stronger on the Victory Rock rhythm produced by Kabaka Pyramid and the Bebel Rock music crew. Great reggae covers of Adele's Don't You Remember and Sam Smith's Stay With Me. And the song and video that we will show tonight, his latest, Beautiful to Me, released late last month, which marks Romain's first full production. So with all of that said, welcome Romain Virgo. It's a pleasure to see you again tonight.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Yes, it's been quite a while. Lovely to catch up. But first things first, in that intro, I mentioned the $1 million Jamaican prize for Digicel's Rising Stars.
Yeah.
I know inflation probably has also affected what that amount is, but what was it in 2007? What would it be today?
Yeah, I think back then it was somewhere between 9 and 10,000 US dollars.
Okay, but that's great.
Yeah, that was very good. You know,
great
very good.
For a 17-year-old starting out, to have that money and then also be able to have your talents recognized by the whole island and to be able to link with these producers who have had such outstanding careers themselves and have been responsible for so many great talents. I mean, that must have been pretty overwhelming for a 17-year-old coming from the country and winning this contest. How did you handle all of that when that happened?
I mean, it was pretty. I handled it pretty well. As I said, at the age of 17, being a millionaire in Jamaica, because that's what they would call me now at that time. I think I had people around me who were there to guide me as I go along. My goal at the time was to go to college. So winning the competition meant that I secured some amount of money that would help me for at least my first year in college. and it's some money that I could, take care of myself and take care of my family, back home, so it was good, but getting the opportunity to meet, Donovan Germain was one of my biggest goal. And to date, I'm so grateful that I, could meet somebody like him who helped to shape the early stage of my career so well, in terms of the kind of music that I was introduced to. I kind of it's like going back and learning the history. While you're working with Donovan German, he's not just teaching you, the way forward, but also, bringing me back. So when he allowed me to do covers from people like Alton Ellis, who I love and respect so much, Toots and the Maytals, I did covers from them. He produced that song as well. It was just a great experience of both worlds, learning my history while learning, the now, everything that is going on now in terms of music. So I'm just grateful, to have people like him around, and to, be meeting some of the artists that he worked with, like, Barry Salmon, Wayne Wonder, Marcia Griffiths, Aiden Sasko, Assassin, and the list goes on and on. It's been a beautiful ride, and I'm just forever grateful for everything, for Rising Stars, for Donovan Germain, for, the artists that introduced me to him, and the artists that I've been working with so far. I'm just grateful. Everything combined together to just help me to reach where I am today.
Well, that's fantastic. And I know that I had met you right around that time, like shortly after you won the contest. And in fact, I think we did our very first interview at Penthouse.
At Penthouse,
back
yes.
2007. And one thing I must say is, like, in all those years later, and all the success that you have since had as a recording artist, as a touring artist, as all the things that you've done, and now a reality TV star, which we will get to later. But with all of that, like, you are still that same person that I met as a teenager, and still that same. And many people comment on this, the humility you have, and the humbleness, despite this great talent that you obviously possess and are obviously aware of, and you carry the great confidence of your talent, but you still have a humility that is so refreshing within this industry, and it hasn't changed over all these years, and that's a really beautiful thing to see.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sure. But one of the things, like, from back in that time, Donovan Germain was one of the people who encouraged you to write some original songs. And I know that the very first album had some of your original songs. I believe "Me Can't Sleep" was one of the big hits from that first album.
And that time, yeah.
You wrote that. Had you been kind of writing but keeping it to yourself before that? Or was that the first time you really started to write, was after you won the contest and started to record?
Yeah, you're right. I was writing some songs that I wasn't so confident in. I believe that they were too simple, or too, I just believe that they were very immature songs and weren't, radio friendly, or even studio friendly for me to even introduce songs like these to Donovan Germain. So before, I was really and truly trying, because I wanted to do it so bad. And I remember when I started recording with him, I was telling him that, I can't write. And that was at the time it was just lack of self-confidence in what I had. I just believed that with what I was hearing coming out of Penthouse, and out of not wanting to, disappoint him or lose that opportunity that I had, that belief I had at the time with him, I kind of hide these songs away from him. And he bought me a book called Songwriting for Dummies. I will never ever forget that book. And really and truly, I didn't read much of it, but based on all that I read, it basically gave me the idea, every idea, or how I could better this craft of writing. And I took every single thing that I read, and put it into practice. And I started writing well, and he even commented me on it as we go along. I started writing songs like, Love Doctor, Taking You Home. No, Taking You Home wasn't written by me, but just other songs that came out around the time, that was produced by him. It was just amazing to see everything that followed.
Yes, exactly. And I know, as you mentioned earlier on, that winning that money from the contest was very helpful because you were attending Edna Manley College. You were about to attend when we first met, I think. And
Yes.
I wonder how your studies there impacted your vocals, maybe even impacted your songwriting, like the kinds of things you learned at that very fine institution, which has produced so many
Yes.
great artists coming from Jamaica.
Yes.
What was it like there? And, how did that experience affect your artistry?
It was beautiful. I'm so grateful for Edna Manley as well. It helped to bring out some more confidence in me, because it's a school that basically teaches you everything from
Mhm.
performance to, as I say, vocals. It's a school that teach you instrument even if you didn't want to. It's a part of their program. And everything combined together really and truly helped me. I had a wonderful voice teacher back then. Her name is Miss June Lawson. I will never forget her. Not only did she teach me everything that but also allowed me to express myself and my sound at the time. So while I was going there, doing music, going to the studio, everything that I learned at school, I was bringing it over into recording in terms of breathing and understanding how to use my talent. When I just started out, I was just somebody who wanted to hit every note on point and to make sure that I'm singing loudly so everybody could hear me. But going to Edna Manley, helped me to understand that singing is not all about singing loud or hitting the high notes, but feel there you have to put feelings to it as well, and your melodies have to be right. And there's so much that came with going to Edna Manley. I'm so grateful. There are friends, as you mentioned, musicians. Some of them even played for me.
Mhm.
That I met there, who helped me with showing me a few things as I go along. And I'm just grateful. It is something that I would encourage anyone who's interested in doing music, especially if you want to produce music, you want to play, you want to be an artist who record. I would say, if you can find that time to go, even if it's a year, there's so much that you would learn that you could put in your everyday life in terms of your music that would help to bring the music just to another level.
Right, exactly. Um,
Hmm.
at the time you were attending Edna Manley, I know your career was really starting to take off.
Yeah,
Were
right.
you were you able to complete the program there? And did the demands of your career at that point, I mean, when people are asking to see you all around the
Yeah.
world, you have hit songs, of course you have to seize that moment and be out there. But did
Hmm.
the career aspect, did it take away from the studies in the sense that you just didn't have the time to either complete the program or
Yeah.
devote as much time to it that you would have if you didn't have these career demands going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah. Yeah. The career and music, meaning school, they are two jealous worlds.
Yes,
Especially here in Jamaica, when you start as an artist, it's like an opportunity that you have to make use of.
sure.
You can't, like, when the people give you an opportunity like that, especially people who take their hard-earned cash and vote for you, and in that vote they're hoping that you will come out with original music and just be an inspiration to them and the world. It is something that we have to take serious, and I remember when I started, I wanted to balance both of them so much, but the
Sure.
music was getting better. The world was slowly knowing about me and knowing about my music, and the requests were coming in, and I was really and truly trying to balance school with it. But I realized that if I had stopped recording music and say, hey, I'm gonna finish school and come back, then maybe this opportunity, even where I'm at now, I probably wouldn't be here, because of how music opportunity is. You have to just make use of that time, or make use of your time, and then try to fit everything, put all the other pieces together after. And that's the road that I took, after trying, because I did try, to see if I could balance school, but it wasn't working out. I was on tour trying to see if I could do some things online. But Edamali College is such a practical school. Something that you have to be there to really and truly grasp everything. And everything was just getting better and better, with me on the road on tour every year. And the plan is always to finish. Even now, I'm doing something where I'm kind of teaching myself, because I still can't find that time where I can say, hey, I'm gonna be in Jamaica for this length of time, and I can go and spend more time at school while I'm here. It is so hard, but I'm still trying to learn. I'm still trying to find ways to master what I wanted to master at Edna Manley College, which was to play the keyboard and to sing at the same time, because I didn't want to come out and teach, but I just wanted to master, and be a more rounded artist at the end of the day. And so far, I feel like, I'm getting there, but I still need that formal kind of training. And I feel like at some point, whenever I get that time, I will go back. If coronavirus wasn't the whole thing for the pandemic, maybe I would find the time to can go inside of the institution to learn something. But I guess that time will come. But I didn't get to finish, and it's something that I hope I can do at some point in my career still.
Sure, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure you will at some point. And one of the things that we will discuss a little later, I want to take a musical break after this, but that the fact that you're now venturing into production suggests that you're in expanding your role, like beyond an artist, now artist producer, suggests that you are looking at things that help support what you do beyond the best vocals, beyond the best song, but the whole structure. And with that, of course, comes education. So be it in an institution, be it online, be it being mentored by somebody else. So whatever it is, I am sure that you're going to find that time to fill in the gaps, so to speak, of whatever it feels, whatever you feel you need to do as far as that goes.
Most definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I wanted to take a break and play for the audience one of your early hits, Taking You Home, song I've always loved. And, such a great video, and nice to look back in time. I mean, we could sit here all night and go back in time. You have so much great music and so many wonderful videos you've done, but that one, I just have a certain love for that song, and just would like to share a snippet of that with the audience. So Alton, whenever you're ready.
Talk to you, baby. As she stepped on off the train yesterday in the pouring rain, with her clothes all packed, her face messed up, I could tell she was feeling pain. I thought I had something sweet to tell her as I opened up my umbrella. She was so confused, scared and abused, tried to hide it with a smile. And just like the night in shining armor, I used my charm just to calm her, engage her in a good conversation, just trying to ease her frustration. As she told me her story, I told her, baby, no worry, I'm the man that you're looking for. Baby, count your lucky stars, 'cause I'm taking you home with me tonight. You're gonna stay with me for life. I'm taking
Oh, that's a throwback in time. Tell us about that song. I know you said earlier that you didn't write it, but the vocal performance is so outstanding, and the video has so much feeling to it, and it was such a big hit for you. You know, I'm sure that opened a lot of doors too. So tell us about that song and that time in your life.
Yeah, that's one thing the video is bringing back so much memories now.
Yeah.
But this song was written by Black Pearl. I don't know if you know Black Pearl. He's a songwriter, he's singer too, I believe. But he wrote this song for me when I was at Penthouse. He said he got this inspiration. He was at home. I don't remember exactly what he was doing, and the song just came, and he called Van Jermaine the same time, you know, and he came by Penthouse and said that he wants me to sing the song. And the moment I heard the song, I was saying, this is such a beautiful song. It was in the right, like my register, you know, in terms of key. And it was just a beautiful song. And I was so happy because at the time, as I mentioned earlier, I didn't see myself as a songwriter. You know, so I was so grateful to have somebody bringing a song to me that I actually love and really and truly wanted to sing. So I really enjoyed the recording process. I normally record, you know, like early mornings, because back then I used to travel from Stepney, which is all the way in St. Anne, into Kingston. And so I had to get it right, you know, so just to, you know, be there and to record that song at Penthouse. It was just a beautiful moment, a beautiful song, sounding like something that I would you know, and especially because of the topic that he was talking about, you know, talking about taking care of women and addressing you know what you would call it, domestic violence.
Yes.
You know, I believe, you know, it's so important. You know, it was such a good message, and that's what I love about the song from that time till now. And was just happy to know that, you know, it would be a song that I would be able to continue and sing as I go along till date. No matter where I go, I have to sing this song, and I'm just grateful, you know, for this song. I remember shooting the music video. We were in St. Mary, I think, you know, doing that music video. It was such a tough time, you know. It was more than 2 days, to be honest with you. Parts of it was in Kingston, parts of it was in St. Mary. I remember part of it in Port Royal, to be exact. And, you know, we had fun, and, you know, looking back at myself, I was saying, wow, look at me now, you know, like, I look so young back then, you know, and back then I felt like I was, you know, a big man. But you know, time will teach us so much, you know. But it's beautiful to see now, and to see that it's still a song that is so relevant, and I can perform it anywhere that I go.
Exactly. And let's say, like, as if the you know, it's a beautiful love song, but as you said, the message is so much beyond a love song, as you say, addressing physical abuse for women, against women, as we know, is an ongoing issue. It's been in the spotlight in Jamaica, I know, you know, especially the past year and a half, but also here in America too. And it seems like the lockdown period has exaggerated this problem that, you know, exists unfortunately throughout the world. And so you have this really powerful song. And as you said, the writer, you know, it's like he wrote it exactly for you, because you are the right voice to deliver that. It is so perfect. And, you know, as if the women didn't love you enough, like here you come with this beautiful, you know, song to uplift them. It's not just a love song, but it's lifting them and giving them hope. Those who are going through such a terrible experience, you know, so song really hit on so many levels, you know, and I totally understand why you have to perform that everywhere you go, because, you know, it is really a staple within your great catalog, you know. Thank you. Just, now that song is from your first album for VP Records.
VP, Romain Virgo.
Romain Virgo, right? So what did that what did that feel like when you finally said, wow, I have my album and here it is? I mean, that's certainly an accomplishment for any artist, but I mean, all this was happening. I think you were still in your teens when you accomplished that.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I remember at the age of 19 working on an album with, some big name, in terms of producers, Donovan Jeremy, Shane Brown, and just see so many musicians that I love, and respect their work, like Dean Fraser coming and playing, on most of the songs on that album. It was just beautiful, Vikings production, was a part of the album as well. Who else I work with? It was just a list of producers and musicians that I was so grateful to work with. But it was beautiful, at that age, so my very first album, and I was thinking that, I just got my breakthrough probably 2-3 years ago, and to be here now, sharing an album with the world, it was just an amazing feeling, till date. I will never ever forget, putting out that very first album and the feeling that it gives, and even now to have people saying, whenever people are comparing, my 3 albums, a lot of people are saying, hey, that first album is still a masterpiece to them, So, I'm just grateful, I was 19, 20, and putting out the first album. It is not something, it's something that I dreamed that I would be putting out albums, but not that early in my career. So I was grateful to everybody that was a part of it, grateful to VP Records, for giving me that opportunity, and signing me as one of their artists, and to put out music with them. It was a great opportunity for me, and I'm so happy that I did my best in terms of what I recorded, what I put out, and there's the feedback that I got from everybody from that time. I think it was the thing that gave me that kickstart in terms of recording, and people taking my original music serious, when they heard that album. So I'm just forever grateful, and each time I just look forward to better, try and better that first album, and hopefully I'm doing that in the eyes of the people who continue to love what I'm doing.
Oh yes, I would definitely say you're doing that. And as much as we love that first album, because it's, there's always something about your first exposure to an artist that stays with you, and as much as you can critically look at something and say, well, he sings so much better now, or he's writing so much better, so much more expressive, all these things. It's like, but I love that first album because it was that first exposure, but you definitely, I mean, the sophistication in your vocals, though, you were great from Digicel Rising Stars, you could hear the tap, of course, but to see where you've taken that and the sophistication, as I said, in the vocals, in the writing, the different moods, the different sounds. I mean, you do all kinds of things. You have you have like a dance song with Now, and you have, of course, these great love ballads, and the song with Agent Sasco, Fade Away, is another kind of sound. I mean, it's just, there's so much there, and so much going on. So definitely over the years, we have seen this progression, and it's just so gratifying. And as I said earlier, the fact that you're only 31 years old now, it's like amazing that there's so much more to look forward to, and that you're getting into production. I know that too will build, and we will see that growth in that area of your artistry
most
as
definitely.
well.
Most definitely.
Within your career, you've had, I mentioned this in the introduction, you've done some great covers, like of Adele's music, Don't You Remember, which is such a beautiful song, and, gave it such a nice reggae flavor to it. Sam Smith's song, Stay With Me. And I believe that he's actually aware of that cover, and he sent a note or tweeted something about it, that he really liked the version that you did.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So
I think what's his name again? He tweeted. It's a DJ. Oh my gosh. He tweeted Sam Smith to ask him if he heard his version, and he said like, yeah, I just listened to it and it's beautiful. And that was like enough for me because I see him as a very 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 excellent singer. His vocals is almost like next to none in terms of just trying to see who I could compare him with sometimes. It's like,
mhm,
I can't find artists because it's so different, and he sings so effortlessly. So, when you can do a cover of somebody's song, that is such a big song already, and to have them saying, "Hey, they love your version as well," you know,
right.
it is wonderful, and it's in reggae, so that makes it even better because reggae. When you put anything to reggae, it really and truly brings a different kind of feel and a different kind of vibe. So it was so beautiful to see him tweet and say he loved my version of the song. I'm just grateful for that too.
Yeah, definitely. And there's another interesting cover that people I'm sure are aware of, but maybe not as aware of as they should be, because I think it was such a real moment in your career. I mean, there've been so many, but the cover of California, All the Gold in California by the Gatlin Brothers,
Brothers,
um,
yes.
redone as California with Larry Gatlin singing
Yes.
backup for you on your version, and the recorded in Nashville, Tennessee, as part of the great Reggae's Gone Country project,
Country
A&R'd by Miss Christy Barber, who did a fantastic job in bringing the
yes,
reggae
yes,
world and the country world together. But
together.
that song in particular is, just such a shining moment for that album. And also, the video, again, shot in Nashville with Larry Gatlin's in it, and I believe John Rich is in it, and you see Dean Frazier, and so it's just this amazing melding of cultures. But the way you handle the vocals on that, and the way you harmonize with Mr. Gatlin, it shivers through your body. It's so beautifully done. What was that
Yes.
experience like, going to Nashville and meeting these country greats and recording one of the country classics?
Yeah, that trip to Nashville is something that will last forever in my memory, and it's because of everything that I saw on the way. When I got there, even from the airport to where we were staying, it was just beautiful to see the love for music, for country music that was there. When we entered the airport, you could everywhere you would see a guitar, you would see something that has to do with music.
Yeah,
The people who were talking on the intercom, they were actual artists that was there, country artists there, and
yeah,
so the entire experience was just a musical experience. I remember when one night we were walking on this strip that had bars on the left and bars on the right, and some upstairs, some downstairs, and everywhere that we went, there were live music playing. And at the time, I was saying, "Whoa! Can you imagine if something like this could happen in Jamaica? Like
yeah,
everywhere, like we have say, Jamaica is known for reggae music. Can we have something like this? A
yes,
strip where you have every bar, every building that you enter, there's live music going on, and some talented people too. So it was so amazing. It opened my eyes to so much possibilities. That music can show you. It showed me so much that is left to experience. It showed me so much that we can do with our genre of music as
mhm,
as an industry. Not just from an artist point of view, but an industry to put things in place. That will better off our craft. And help some young artists to rise up too, and to grow and to be um just better artists, and for us to just have a better industry overall. So it was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience going to the award show there.
Oh,
and
wow.
seeing some. I saw Taylor Swift. I didn't meet her, but I
Uh-huh.
saw all of these artists, where I could like walk over to them and shake their hands,
Yeah.
or say hi, and that was beautiful for me. There are names that I didn't know, and when I went back home, I saw how huge these artists were, and just to be there with Larry Gatlin and the Gatlin brothers, and
Yes.
them showing me love, and just showing appreciation for not just us doing what we do, but just Jamaica in general. They love our culture. They didn't know that Jamaica was so big on country music, but we love country music. We were telling
Yes.
them some of the artists that we grew up listening to. We're telling them that Kenny Rogers is a big part of a lot of Jamaican people, catalog as well here. So it was
Yeah.
such a beautiful experience overall. Getting to do the music video with them there, getting to see how the musicians work and how they do their thing. It was just amazing, and I hope that in the future, I can, not just me, but we as an industry can get to do more like this,
Yes.
because I think it's a beautiful way to bridge the gap between our music, and other genres of music. So thanks to Christy Barber and everybody who is a part of the whole project, who came up with the idea to do something like this, and just for me to get that opportunity to meet, Larry Gatlin and the Gatlin brothers, and just to spread the music, some more.
Yes, definitely. And I remember back when that album was released, Reggae's Gone Country, 2011, did a piece for Billboard and interviewed Larry Gatlin, and he in particular had words of praise for you and your rendition of the
Yes.
song, and he was just
Yeah.
so blown away by what you did, and just to acknowledge that. And I agree, a part 2 is definitely in order. So Christy Barber, Dean
Yeah.
Fraser, everyone involved, let hopefully this thing can happen again for maybe 2022. But since we've been talking about it, I would like to play California by Romain Virgo, featuring Larry Gatlin on backing vocals. It's the original Gatlin Brothers song from the 1970s or 1980, I believe. And this is the reggae rendition from Reggae's Gone Country. So, Alton, when you're ready.
All the gold in California is in a bank in the middle of Beverly Hills, in somebody else's name. So if you're dreaming about California, it don't matter at all where you played before. California's a brand new game. Try to be a hero, winding up zero can scar a man forever, right down to his soul. Living on the spotlight, can kill a man outright. 'Cause everything that glitters is not gold, and all the gold in California is in a bank in the middle of Beverly Hills, in somebody else's name. So if you're dreaming about California, it don't matter at all where you played before. California's a brand new game. All the gold in California is in a bank in the middle of Beverly.
Wow, just amazing. Just amazing. And to just conclude this segment, I wanted to pick up on your point about, your experience in Nashville and seeing how the whole city revolves around the country music industry and making that case for Kingston as related to reggae. I mean, obviously, the talent is there, the music is there. It's just harnessing all of that into an industry that, using Nashville as that template for, this 24/7 musical experience. And I saw in a country music documentary that somebody said the reason the country music industry works is because people they show up in Nashville with their guitar in one hand and their briefcase in the other, so they're always thinking about
always
this.
ready. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a very important point you made, and certainly just wanted to put that out and, hope that powers that be really take seriously what this music is and reggae music and the potential it has to do so much more for Jamaica than what it's even done. It has done so much, but there's so much more that it can do given the chance to do it. Yeah.
That's so true. So true, Pat.
Yeah. But now to get into some recent things you're doing. I know that one of the things that you have going on is a reality show called The Virgos, and it looks at your family, which now includes your wife Elizabeth and your two beautiful daughters named Raina and Emma, twin girls, and I believe they were born on your 30th birthday.
They weren't born on the day. I think the message that I put out kind of confused the people a bit.
Okay.
But they were born like probably 5 days before.
Wow.
Before my birthday. But I used that moment to say, hey, it couldn't be a better birthday present than to see that my little girls are actually here.
Yes.
For me to celebrate this day. But they were born the same month, which is my birth month, January, and just amazing.
Yeah, just amazing. Well, congratulations on that. I mean, that is obviously a big step in life, the most important step in life. And just wondered, what are your reasons for wanting to do a reality show? Let people into your life like that and see everything that's going on. I mean, it's kind of sometimes artists face so much. When you get home, you kind of almost want to retreat from everything. Here you are inviting the world in. What's your reason for wanting to do that?
During the pandemic, we as a family we believe that the love and the support that we were getting from everybody out there, especially through social media. All the congratulations, and everything like that. We believe that it was so, we felt so good, to see the love that people were showing. But even if I should backtrack before that, before I was somebody that was always on the road and always wanted to show more than just, going on a stage and performing. And seeing the reaction from the crowd. So I always wanted to show a little bit more, and I thought that I would, whichever way, end up in the vlogging world. So when the pandemic hit, we were home and we were saying, we've been so private, and there's so many people out there who say that they are inspired by our lives, and what we do, and we believe that. If we could just, what could we do within this time where everybody's locked down and they're home stuck, they can't go out, some people want to go out and party and can't go out. What can we do within this moment? And together we said that maybe we could just, create a YouTube channel and, give somebody, share a little bit of our lives, our story with them, and maybe it could uplift somebody out there. So that was the whole aim, of starting the channel just to put a smile on somebody's face, to uplift them, to make them laugh throughout the day. And we were even starting the channel, we were so nervous because we didn't know what people would think, seeing that we were so private,
Right.
When we got engaged, people found out like 6 7 months after. When we got married, people found out a year after.
Yes.
And when she got pregnant, people found out basically, months before, the babies were here. And we believe that, there's so much that, we have, that was there that we could, try to take them back on the journey of how we started. And maybe it would inspire somebody and it would help somebody, and as I say, put a smile on their faces. And that was the whole aim and how we came about, starting a channel. We didn't expect to, be still doing it now at this point, because we were saying maybe by the time Corona was over or the pandemic was done with, then we would be done with being on YouTube. But the community and family continued to grow, and people were so inspired by every single video that we put out. If we miss a week, people were saying, what's wrong with the videos?
Right.
And we realized that this thing was, becoming a part of everything that we were basically doing, and we were so happy that we weren't putting out, a lot of videos, because I don't know how we would manage to be keeping up with the timing of putting out videos, because we're trying to take care of the babies, we're trying to take care of ourselves and to do
Right.
our personal things, go to the studio and record and to balance everything like that, so everything that we're doing now is based on the reaction of people, and just them encouraging us to continue encouraging them, because we make their days, and we're just grateful that people can feel this way about the little that we share with them. And so therefore we just continue to share what we can. There are certain things that happens within the family that we will never put out there, but whatever we believe that we can, and we think that would be inspiring, and we'll just help people to feel that confidence to push forward. We try to share as much, and to see how long it can last and how far we can go.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think too, putting this in, image, the concept of a strong family unit, which you obviously are living, and it's a really beautiful thing, and it's something really needed in this time. We see that that part of the pandemic is how many families have broken apart. So it's nice to see the strong family unit represented. And it's great that you, as you said, you do keep some things private, but just to allow us in to have a little bit more of a glimpse into your life. I mean, I can definitely see why it's become such a big hit among viewers. It's such a nice story, and it's nice to follow you guys around, see what what you're doing.
And sometimes as an artist too, like we're seen as people who aren't real. People, this is something that people would want to know, like, and I believe it's a good thing when we can show people that, hey, some of the things that you are going through as an artist, we go through them too, because sometimes our lives are so mysterious that people wonder if we go through anything in life that is rough, or things that they can say, hey, I've been through this too. So sometimes when we can share our stories, or just show them how our family function, and they can look at their family life and say, hey, it's similar to ours. I feel like it makes a better connection with them. So I'm just grateful that what we do continue to inspire people out there, to continue to inspire other families. We're not perfect, nobody at all is perfect at the end of the day, but it's great to see that our what we have is so inspiring and so motivating to others, and we just want to continue to do that in whichever way we can, especially as long as this what pandemic is on. We want to be, there and be their company and see how much we can just grow with them.
Definitely. And one of the things that's come from the show is, and you premiered on the show, is your latest single called "Beautiful to Me," written, dedicated to your wife. A beautiful, beautiful song, and it's been a part of the show, like seeing the song come together, and it's just so lovely then how to see and hear the final product and how it sounds. And also this song, Beautiful to Me, being your first full production. So congratulations on that. And
thank you.
So tell us a bit about, pulling the song together, but also like taking on the role of a producer for your own music.
Well, this song was written 2 years ago, for Liz. She was, she's somebody that whenever she goes inside the bathroom to get ready for us to go anywhere, she spends a little bit more time, doing her makeup. So I was just making fun of her, telling her that, hey, your makeup take up all the time. Whenever we're getting ready to go on the road. And so it was that song that I believe that I would have as a recorded song. It was just something that was like an in-house within the family kind of thing that I said to myself, maybe from time to time I would play it as a reminder to let her know that her makeup takes up too much time, and I introduced the song on the YouTube channel probably about a month or two, while when we started the channel, and everybody that was on was saying, "Hey, this is such a beautiful song. You should record this song. You should put it out."
Yeah.
And we said to each other, maybe it's a good idea. We could probably use it and just to show, Virgo Nation what it is to go inside the studio to record, to do everything, from start, from the creation process of creating the
Yes.
music to putting on, background vocals, overdubs, and everything like that. And so we took them to studio, for about a couple. We took some time because there was so much that we were doing in between, recording that song, that we had to keep up with. So it took a lot of time in terms of the production of the song, the mixing. If I should check my phone now, I probably have like 9 different mixes of the
Oh,
song.
sure.
Yeah, but Riff Raff, who is a good friend of mine, is a keyboard player, play for the Marleys, and alongside Nico, who is my manager and producer at the same time too. On all the other musicians that work on it, we put in a lot of time and energy, and just to see what it is now. We did a music video for it, and in the end, everybody was saying, based on where it's coming from, I came up with the whole idea in terms of melody, song, and direction. They were saying that you're gonna have to be the producer for the song. So it is, production is always something that I'm interested in because I love to nowadays create from start with everything that I've learned from the beginning, with Donovan Germain come right up. With
Yes.
everything that I learned from then, just being able to do that, you know, you know, basically, I could say, without their assistant now, to be doing this with other people like Nico, and coming together, calling in musicians, having them play, and giving them directions and ideas. At the end of the day, it is beautiful. And the truth is, I don't know everything about production. I'm still learning. But I realize that the more it is something that the more you do it is the more you understand, because on that journey with their assistance, there's so much that I've learned that I know that I can put in productions that I will do in the future, that will be so good, so I'm just grateful to see the love that everybody is showing to the song, to the music video, and yeah, and just everything, in general, just to see where it's coming from, and never having in mind that this song would be a original or a official song then and video, to see it out now and people are loving it. It is just amazing. It shows me that, sometimes if you just try and just be confident in what you have, then some great things can come out of it, and that is what we're seeing now, the result of the song and the video.
Right, great. Well, let's play the video for our listeners and viewers. This is Romain Virgo's latest single, Beautiful to Me. And Alton, take it away.
You take forever to get ready. I wonder why you always do that. You spend forever looking in the mirror. I wonder why you always do that. I see you trying to impress me, but you always impress me. Oh, baby, you don't know that. In your heart, the makeup, and in the mornings when you wake up, you're so beautiful to me. You spend your days and nights on the phone, looking at girls in Vogue magazine. But I'll spend my whole life looking at you, 'cause you're my everything, you are my queen. So you don't have to impress me, 'cause you always impress me. Ooh, baby, you don't know that. In the round the makeup, and in the mornings when you wake up, you're so beautiful to me. Maybe you don't like your hair, but I don't even care. You're so beautiful to me. You're so beautiful to me. Beautiful you are, like the moon among the stars, shining in the dark. Yeah, in the makeup, and in the mornings when you wake up, you're so beautiful to me. Maybe you don't like your hair, but I don't even care. You're so beautiful to me.
Wow, that's just lovely, Romain. Beautiful, beautiful work. Beautiful song. Lovely
Thank you.
video, and production is quite striking. Really nice work. So,
Thank
are
you so
you
much.
working? Is this the first single from an album or an EP that's forthcoming? And will your production expand into other songs for
Yeah,
that?
it's something that we're looking forward to. I want to tell the supporters of my music, and the fans of my music, when that time comes closer. I remember with my previous album, I was telling them, like, from 2015, and the album didn't come out until 2018. But
Sure.
so this time around, I want to, whenever it gets closer to that time, to tell them about it. But for now, we're just putting out singles that will probably eventually lead into a project, and we're really and truly looking forward. We will put out another single next month, which is in August. That is something that we're looking forward to as well. We will have a music video for it as well too. So it's just a beautiful vibe. This energy, that this new vibe. This new direction. In terms of the music. The sounds that we're putting out. This ballad wasn't something that I thought that I would even think of, as I said, putting out words for it to be, potentially, be on the album, that will come at some point, but it just goes to show that sometimes you have to just write from the heart and whatever you're feeling in that moment, and that's what we did. So there's so
Yes.
many beautiful songs to come, as I say, we're dropping another one in August that we're really looking forward to. It's such a beautiful song, and I can't wait to see what the reaction from everybody's gonna be like for that one as well.
Okay. Can you share the name of that, or you want to keep that as a surprise too?
It is a surprise. It is a
Sure.
surprise. But as soon as it's ready, we're gonna let you have it, and so you can be one of the first to hear it, Pat. And I know you will enjoy it as well.
Wow. Look forward to it. And finally, before we say good night to you, and thank you again for your great interview and being so generous with your time this evening. Before we go, as Jamaica comes out of lockdown and other places around the world, some places are still going through it, unfortunately, but and we don't really know exactly with this variant going on exactly where we are, but nonetheless, Jamaica is coming out of lockdown. Touring is resuming. People are flying different places. Do you have any dates planned where we can see you, be it in Jamaica, internationally, anywhere at all, upcoming?
Well, I can say for now, the requests are coming in. It was just the other day when Nico were talking about shows that, people in Florida, people in Atlanta are reaching out to us thus far.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
nothing that I can say yes, because at the end of the day, what happened to us is what our visas were supposed to be renewed
Uh-huh.
within like in 2020, and then the pandemic came. So that's something that we're working on at the same time, and the
Sure.
reason why we, some of the shows that are coming in, we can't confirm them as yet, because we want to make sure that our work permit is ready, so that we can go out there. But I'm happy to see that there is hope, and I'm just hopeful. I just say we don't know where we're at right now, because in a month or two from now we can hear something else, about the world and
Sure.
where we're going. But it's
Yeah.
nice to see, especially Jamaica, trying to, open back, especially the entertainment industry, and it's a beautiful thing to see, and you can see how bad the people wanted to just go out and socialize again, and to have fun, and to be inspired through music and entertainment. So, we just hope that it can stay this way, and it can get better for not just Jamaica, but the world at large, and for us to get to go back out there and do what we love to do, which is,
Mhm.
performing, and just inspiring people through music, and just spreading this beautiful, music that we bring from Jamaica, spreading this beautiful message that we have in our music. So I'm really looking forward, and I'm hopeful, and thankful for everything that is going on now, and just staying optimistic, and praying that it will get better from here on.
Yes, exactly. Well, I know it will. You just have to be patient
Yeah,
with the
patient,
process
patient.
that it
Yes,
takes. So, well, I wanted to thank you again for your time tonight. It's such a pleasure to
As-
reconnect with you after
yeah, always
too
a
long
pleasure,
of a
Pat.
break.
Always. Yes,
And
true.
just want to remind everyone to watch the Virgos on YouTube. Join Virgo Nation.
Yeah,
It's really great,
beautiful.
and also be sure to stream all of Romain's music available on all streaming platforms, but especially the new single, Beautiful to Me, which you heard tonight. Go stream it again and watch the video. It's just lovely. And we thank you so much for your time, and look forward to reconnecting with you again soon. Looking forward to that single in August.
Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait, Pat. I can't wait to see you again and in real life, and
yes.
just to get that connection again. But thank you so much for everything. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, always a pleasure for me. And like I said, to see this evolution over the past from 2007 to 2021, that is 14 years. That's 14 years. Just amazing. And just so proud of you and all that you've accomplished and all that you will accomplish further down the road. So continued success, and likewise look forward to seeing you in person again soon.
Thank you so much, Pat. Thank you.
All right. All the best. Regards to the family, the babies.
Definitely.
Your wife.
Yes,
Okay.
I will.
All right. Bye-bye.